Our Toronto developers are shifting once again. No more balconies in future condos. Now, the question is, would you purchase a condo without a balcony? My experience as a realtor, guiding my buyers through the process, one of the big, huge questions is, would you purchase a condo without a balcony? Majority of the time, what I'm finding is that they say no. They will love a balcony because of so many reasons, right? It adds storage. They feel they're kind of not trapped in a condo. They have somewhere to walk, fresh air, opening the door. They feel the presence of the outside, and the storage, barbecue, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Although we're finding great condos, and the interior is beautiful, the floor plan is amazing, but my clients most of the time say, no, I would love a balcony. So now the question is, why are the developers shifting towards that particular path? Why are they pivoting, right? So one of the reason is definitely cost factor. I mean, it costs builders roughly around $20,000 to build a small balcony, right? And then there are city charges, different permits, all the material inflation that we have been seeing over the years when it comes to construction and development, right? So now another bad side to balconies are, they're not as efficient. The buildings in the development stages is not as efficient, and there are definitely wind tunnels and different structural issues when it comes having a balcony. And then a lot of things get trapped inside of those balconies, right? So it's not a good scene, right? And then for the owners, there's a lot, obviously concrete, right? Like concrete on the side, concrete on the bottom, and that will attract cold air in winter times and hot air in summer times, right? So it's not as efficient, right? So obviously the developers are taking that as an excuse, trying to go green, trying to save some money, and trying to implement that particular style. So let me read an interesting paragraph here when it comes to condos and balconies. So, urban condo residents, it also ushers in the beginning of the balcony season. For many Toronto high-rise residences, these cement pads in the sky provide the only private slice of outdoor living, and with a few decorative touches, can be a green oasis and urban jungle. However, before you run off to the garden, nursery, and when you start developing and building all of that stuff, you have to take many things into consideration. Condo owners do not actually own their balconies, as they're located on the facade of the building. They're considered to be a common area. That means their appearance and use is subject to the rules laid out in the condo corporation bylaws. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are paying for a balcony, but technically it's not yours. You still have to obey the bylaws of the building, corporation, etc. So most of the buildings in downtown, they will not allow you to barbecue on your own balcony, although you paid for it. They will not allow you to smoke on your balcony. They will not allow you to smoke in the building, period, but on the balcony for sure. They will not allow you to decorate it in your own maybe style or manner or etc., right? Because with that stuff I could agree, because I've seen some balconies and in some buildings that are like overlit, too colorful. They just like attract like a bad influence when it comes to the building. And then balconies become storage facilities, especially if they have like a lot of glass around them. It becomes junky. Believe me, when you drive up, especially me as a realtor, coming up with the buyer, looking at the building and seeing a beautiful structure, all glass, and then bicycles, fishing rods, plants, lights, storage boxes, you name it. It is ugly. It doesn't portray a solid living environment. Although we know that the space is getting definitely expensive, and people need a place to kind of, discharge or leave their items all over it. And for most, these condos are definitely small. So the question here is, what is the trend? I mean, what is the trend nowadays? If there's no balcony, what are we going to have? Only windows? Well, the developers kind of answered that question. So they said Juliet windows, which is, they're Juliet balconies, right? Which kind of like a half a circle. You kind of can step out and stuff like that. So that's a Juliet balcony. But Juliet windows usually have a door or a double door that you either can slide or you can open to get fresh air, to kind of feel that breeze and to feel being outside. Going back to balconies and stuff like that, in some parts I can agree with developers and showing properties, at 40th floor, 60th floor, 80th floor, whatever the floor is. I would say above maybe 20, 25 floors and up. I mean, a balcony, it's literally useless, right? Especially for us in Canada, we have 6 to 8 months of horrible weather. A balcony is unused. In these high floors, it's unusable. It's too windy, snow. Then you're looking at other stuff, if the balcony is too small, what are you going to put? Could be a danger to the pedestrians, because whatever you throw from that height, it might end up catastrophic, hitting the bottom, right? So that's something else to consider, right? So most of these balconies at these high floors are definitely useless. I do agree with a terrace. I've seen some amazing developments, and I've seen some amazing condos that have that terrace space. I showed one actually the other day, and it's beautiful. It was I would say 6 to 8 feet in width this way, and then it was wide. The length, I would say, probably was around 25 to 30 feet. So you can still do something there, you know what I mean? You can still have maybe a table, you can still wine and dine on a balcony like that, and you can enjoy yourself, right? And that particular terrace was on the lower floor. I believe it was the 4th or 5th floor. So it's kind of nice. That gives that nice environment and nice comfortable size for you to actually enjoy. So something else I would like to add on is a question for you. So when you purchase a condo from a developer, and let's say a developer says 650 square feet is the condo, right? So take note that in that 650 square feet, a balcony is included. So let's say a balcony is 50 square feet. So 600 square feet of interior space and 50 square feet of that balcony. So take note of that. even though you don't have much control when it comes to the corporation and the building and all of that stuff, but you still pay for it, right? And they include that in the price of the square footage. So do you think that that is fair to include it in the square footage of the place or not? That's the first question. And the second question would be, would you exchange that balcony today, if you're a condo owner, for interior space? If let's say the corporation said, okay, no problem, you can close it now. Like you can close it and you can gain that 50 square feet to become your interior space. Let's say, for an example, at no cost. Would you do that? Or would you still keep your condo? It would be interesting to find out. Hope you can comment below. I will get back to you. Thank you all for watching this video. Please like, share, and see you next time.